Warning. This episode was plagued with a specific audio problem that manifested exactly every 60 seconds. However, the listening experience remains unhindered, as the hosts were able to execute seamless automated dialogue replacement, also known as ADR. In this way, you won't even tell we re-recorded 46 individual instances of distorted audio. Enjoy.
Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk faster, faster, faster. Gotta talk fast.
Wait, are you thirsty?
Not now.
Welcome to an oral retelling of Archie Comics' Sonic the Hedgehog, where we acknowledge new... Fuck. Where we acknowledge Newgrounds creator Vadim God? Vadim?
Yes.
Vadim God. And his hit series of meet and fuck games from throughout the 2000s and 2010s. Games such as Meet and Fuck Kingdom and Meet and Fuck Secret Agent. Commenters have accused Vadim God of stealing the headsets for the anime models, but 10-year-old us didn't care. I'm Nick.
I'm Dominic.
What are we reading today? Do you want me to do a pass through where I don't laugh a bunch?
Nah, I think that's great.
Let's go read some Archie comics.
This is Sonic number 5, December 1993. Olympic Trials and Errors, Part 1. Writer Angelo De Caesar?
Yeah.
I actually had some trouble. I read that way earlier, and I was like, how do you say that? I'm going to have trouble saying that. All right. And penciled still by Dave Mana. We open on Tails and Sonic playing baseball. Or rather, Sonic is hitting a baseball and catching the baseball himself, while Tails is watching and cheering him on.
Sonic hits the ball out of the park.
He chases after the ball. With his eyes on the ball and not where he was running, he runs straight into Robotnik Stadium and gets mildly knocked out. Sonic recovers, and a SWAT bot comes out of Robotnik Stadium, challenging Sonic and his friends to compete in the first Robotropolis Olympic Games. The stakes are as follows. If Sonic and friends can win one of the 4 events, Robotnik will return the planet Mobius back to normal. However, if Sonic and his friends
Fail to win even one.
then Sonic and friends must allow themselves to become robots. Sonic rushes back to tell everyone at Knothole Village about the Summer Games. Antoine, Sally, Boomer all rightly criticize Sonic, stating that this is obviously a trap and they are concerned Robotnik will cheat. Sonic addresses their concern by stating, "I, Sonic the Hedgehog, am the best athlete
On the planet Mobius. I will enter all the events
and win," which addressed none of their concerns, which was really just the one. Sonic, Boomer, Antoine, and Sally get ready for the Olympics, telling Tails to stay home because he has 2 left tails and is a horrible athlete. Tails, bullied into the position since he wanted to help and be a part of the team, decides to go and build a statue of Sonic to surprise him when he gets back. We cut to the next day at Robotnik Stadium. We see Sonic, Sally, Boomer, and Antoine entering. Robotnik, standing next to his SWAT bots, asks him if SWAT bots switched out Sonic's special sneakers. We see a flashback of Sonic swimming in a lake, barefoot. SWAT bot slowly comes out of the bushes and switches the shoes with a special look-alike energy-draining sneakers that Robotnik invented. Robotnik asks of SWATbot what he did with Sonic's shoes.
SWATbot threw them in the garbage.
Robotnik takes out a giant hammer and kills SWATbot, stating that SWATbot was a fool and that he wanted those shoes for his trophy room. Sonic decides he wants to warm up with some practice laps around the field in the Robotnik Stadium. He starts running, but instantly passes out. Sonic's energy has drained. It seems Robotnik has made a trap.
Time to part 1. I want to point out there's a specific panel image. We get to see Sonic's feet for the first time.
This is big.
It's big feet Sonic. It's just a really creepy drawing. It made me very uncomfortable. From what I can tell, he's got 3 toes, and that's it.
I wish we could somehow see analytics of like most viewed pages and panels.
Sure. I mean, let me tell you, I went back to that like 8 times, so I'm already screwing up the numbers.
Do you think Sonic has a Feet Finder profile?
I mean, if not, we will. Is it called Feet Finder?
Yes. I don't know. I actually don't know. The meat and fuck thing, I do know.
You'll own up to that.
Yeah, I'll own up to that. The feet thing, no, I'm not a fuck guy. I'm sorry, I'm not a fuck guy. They're there.
We'll look.
I appreciate them, but I'm not a foot guy.
The thing I don't get. The thing I don't get is they swapped out these shoes like a few days ago.
Yep.
But Sonic didn't realize that it was draining his energy until like just now.
They don't show it, but it's no. I mean, you're right. The device, it sounds like it like does it inherently, like it constantly does it. But I guess you can imply that Robotnik like turned it on or something. That's doing the homework for them. So
yeah, you are. Yeah, don't give him that out. What are you doing?
New writer, Angelo. Yeah, I'll do that. De Cesar.
I mean, I'm giving him shit. This is probably my favorite issue so far.
100%.
So
I also like how they made that stadium, Robotnik Stadium.
Yeah, well,
it was pretty cool.
It's cool looking. The thing that threw me for a loop is
the billboards of the mustaches.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. A+ design. How did Sonic like? Was the stadium always there? Did it just land there? Yeah. I don't know how he ran into the stadium.
Well, remember, Robotnik has complete mastery over nature. At least that's what he's trying to accomplish.
Sure.
To the point to a dehumanizing degree.
Yeah.
So you could imply that he's so powerful because he runs the whole planet, right? Or practically, right?
Do we know that? Or
that's a good question.
Or is it just the landmass they're on?
Great question. We don't know. But okay. for all intents and purposes, until they probably inevitably introduce more continents, more whatever, more societies.
Because is Mobius the name of the... They do say Planet Mobius. So Mobius is the... Yes.
Yeah. However many issues ago. But yes, there's that. Bro, everyone's addicted to Tails.
It's fucked.
Last issue, Tails had his own story.
Yeah.
And he like got that like boost of confidence and then immediately back to status quo. I'm like, bro, I don't like that.
It made me a little sad.
Very sad.
It was just like, come on, man.
So mean.
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that to my boy? No, he's not my boy, but he's a boy.
And it doesn't come full circle. That's the thing. It doesn't come full circle. I'm okay with going into the valley a bit as long as you reach a new peak, but I don't think he does. But I know one other cool thing was that when Robotnik asked, "Hey, swap out, what did you do with the shoes?" I was like, "I threw it in the trash." So I kind of know where it is, not really. And then Robotnik kills him.
Yeah,
kills that swap.
It's a valid response.
But also he just Genghis Khan'd them.
What does that mean?
So the story is that when Genghis Khan died,
right,
a bunch of workers and warriors.
Oh, sure.
Went out to this story. Right?
You don't have to tell it for the audience.
Yes, they went out to some location. We don't know. We'll never know because
that's what you think.
We'll never know. And they went out and they buried Genghis Khan. And then the warriors that were escorting the workers killed the workers. Mm-hmm. And then when the warriors got back, whoever was next in charge killed the warriors. So now we definitely don't know.
Yeah, they Dark Knight the shit out of them.
Like
the beginning opening scene of Dark Knight.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. They've read that Genghis Khan story and was just like, we can do that.
Okay, got it.
We can Jokerify this.
All right. Olympic Trials and Errors, Part 2. Also, I don't think 1993 was an Olympic year. I think it lands on even years. So they were in between.
I mean, this is Robotnik just doing his own thing.
Okay.
It's not official. There's no lighting of the torch.
Olympic Trials and Errors, Part 2. It seems Sonic is incapacitated and unable to race. It seems it's up to Antoine, Sally, and Boomer to save the day. They will compete against Robotnik's robots in a series of events. First up, the long jump. Antoine versus Splat. Splat is a gold robot bunny that has a spring on his butt to make him jump further. I think this is the first time we've seen Splat.
He was on the cover of, I think, the first issue.
Yes, correct. We did talk about this.
Not on camera, I think, because I was
Correct.
literally
Off
looking
camera.
at the issue and I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Anyway, Antoine begins his long jump. First, he begins the perfect approach. Second, he does le perfect leap. Third, he does the perfect flop as he falls into the sand pit. Splat leaped at the same time as Antoine, but Splat jumped off Antoine mid-jump, making it so Splat jumped further. The long jump winner, Splat.
Not a good start.
Not a good start that the Minister of Defense was just beaten by
A little robot. Yeah.
Robot bunny.
I mean, to be fair, the robot bunny did have a spring, while Antoine did not.
Where's Bunny?
Where is Bunny?
The actual strongest person on the team. She comes, she leaves, she's doing whatever at the worst possible times. The last time, when they were dealing with
Do you think this is out of order? Do you think they didn't get this issue done in time, and that's why?
It's like when TV shows.
Yeah. Because Bunny's not in this whole thing, and she would have made life a lot easier. Or they were just like, we need to cut her for this one, otherwise it just doesn't work.
I think that's what's more likely, but also they could have just done it out of order. Because kudos to the staff writing comics, particularly in this time too, was and is
Hell. Was a bad time.
It was super easy.
Stop it.
It was there was no issues, no worker complaints. Everyone was happy 100% of the time. There were no issues with contracts.
She could have beaten up Universe Salamander so easily.
Yeah, 100%.
Because literally her debut...
She could have just punched him.
She just flipped the giant burrow bot. Mm-hmm. But then you have Universe Salamander, which is the same thing. Mm-hmm. Just does not present.
Yeah, no, it's...
And now you have, hey, let's judge our strength.
Yeah.
Okay, second event, swimming. Sally versus Octus. Octus is a pink robot octopus. This single frame is the only time he appears in all of the comics, according to sonic.fandom.com. Also, we don't necessarily stand fandom. They're a little scummy as a company.
Are they? Oh, yes. I did kind of hear about that.
Yeah, but let me say this. If you use fandom, I'm not going to hold it against you. And there's a lot of
There's certain fandoms where it's like, okay,
I can't get this anywhere else, so use fandom. It's okay.
Where else am I going to get where else Octus appears?
Exactly. So just acknowledging for the record. Sally decides to do the swimming event, claiming she's always been the best swimmer in the forest. She's a squirrel. All right. It is at this time that I would like to remind the viewer/listener that Boomer is an actual walrus. I didn't even acknowledge that. You're absolutely correct.
Whatever. I mean, if she says she's the best, do you think there was a thing going on where Princess Sally was like, I'm the best, and Boomer was just like,
I'm pretty good too.
But he can't say anything,
right,
because there's a power dynamic, and she's the princess.
100%. Score is 2-0 in favor of the Botniks.
That's not looking good.
Not good at all. Third event, weightlifting. Boomer
versus SWATbot. Okay.
Just based off that, I now remember that, I guess out of everyone here that isn't Bunny, Boomer is probably the strongest.
But you can also participate in multiple events.
Also true. You're absolutely correct.
I mean, that was the core premise, was Sonic was just going to do it all.
Boomer uses all of his might and picks up an extremely heavy-looking weight. He's proud. I'm proud. A great moment for Boomer finally getting to strut his stuff. SWATbot walks up and picks up Boomer mid-lift. SWATbot is holding Boomer and his weights on one hand in a pose that looks like he's about to deliver a pizza. Weightlifting winner, SWATbot. Scores 3-0. Wouldn't that be an automatic, hey, we win? Because that's 3 out of the 4.
No, because his specific rules was you just have to win one.
That's right. You're right. Thank you.
Fourth event.
Track. Antoine versus Buzz Bomber. The floating robot. Buzz Bomber is standing at the starting line, revving his wings. Cut to Tails. Also the only one that can float out of everyone here. Tails is finally beginning his statue. It leads me to asking this question, why do we build statues According to monumentsofvictoria.com, a website for a monuments business of the granite and bronze variety, with a specialty in gravestones and grave benches based in St. Victoria, Texas, quote, monument making continues to be an important cultural practice, serving as a way to remember our past and honor those who came before us. I find it intriguing that there is no mention of building statues of the living, only as a way to remember the fallen. Is this a passive-aggressive act by Tails? Is he wishing the death of our hero, Sonic the Hedgehog?
Could there be an issue with my source being a gravestone website?
And not a normal statue-making website? No, that is not the issue. If the statue itself is not something... If the statue itself is not something to raise a flag for you, maybe the construction material that the statue is made of will. Trash. That's right, Tails is making a statue out of literally trash for Sonic. Tails is trying to send a message. He believes deep down, even if it's a subconscious, that Sonic the Hedgehog is trash. Kind of like his games, am I right? Tails is digging through the Robotropulus junkyard looking for materials for his Sonic statue. As he's digging, he happens upon something most peculiar. Sonic's shoes. Tails runs to the Robotnik Stadium, opting to run normally instead of putting on Sonic's shoes.
Well, no, hold on.
It doesn't give him powers, though.
How do we know that? Because
No. Okay.
because if it didn't give him powers, then how come the other shoes?
It just drains his powers.
Okay, but Can Sonic still run fast without his shoes?
Yes, it's just implied that it very much helps. Because it's a...
Is this like that one thing in Dragon Ball when Goku was doing a race with Krillin, and they do a race and it's the same amount of speed, and then Goku was like, let me do this race again, but this time bare feet, and Krillin's like, that's not gonna matter, and then Goku just absolutely destroys Krillin because his shoes were holding him back.
I think so. I was thinking more so later in Dragon Ball during the Majin Buu saga when I think it was...
That's Dragon Ball Z, thank you very much.
That's what I meant. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, that's what I said.
I was talking about Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay.
Wait, when is Krillin introduced in the whole thing?
They're like best friends in Dragon Ball. That's the whole thing.
He's a childhood friend?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, I guess you're right. Okay. Anyway, sorry, it's been a while since the 70s, but yes, the...
80s.
Shut up. No, I was thinking...
You fake fan!
I was doing the Majin Buu saga when I think everyone's dead, and Majin Buu's like pretty much beat everyone, but Gohan is like practicing with the sword, and he like training with the sword, assuming that he's gonna like fight Majin Buu with the sword. Mm-hmm. But then he breaks the sword just as he's about to finish training, and the other guys are like, oh shit, that was like the thing. That was how we were gonna beat this dude. And when he's like, wait, hold on, wait, no, I feel stronger. I think the sword was just holding me back. And it was like, because it was like moon shoes when you're trying to jump really high, train with moon shoes or something like that. I just really like that subversion.
You know what's really funny is I haven't seen that. I've only watched...
Fake fan!
I've only watched Dragon Ball Z Super, and I didn't watch the Majin Buu stuff, and I've only know one episode of Dragon Ball, and it's literally the one I just quoted.
Did you watch Toonami?
Sometimes.
Okay, I think I was...
I watched Zoids. And Gundam Wing. Those were my shows.
I just like Zoids as a name.
Hell yeah, Zoids is cool. The Ligar?
Was there a show called Cubics?
Yes.
It was like 3D animated.
I don't know anything about it.
Not very good, but it was very bright and colorful.
Yeah. We're mid-issue. Let's get back.
Bell. Okay. We cut back to the stadium. Antoine is running, dehydrated, out of breath, and looks like he's about to collapse very Frenchly at any second. Buzz Bomber is over half a lap ahead of Antoine.
Did I say very Frenchly?
No, I did.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I think we're okay with making fun of the French again.
Sure.
Because we acknowledge that their military
prowess was extremely good during the 1800s.
Yeah, of course.
And 1900s. Enter Sonic. His shoes on and he's ready to run. Of course, he can't enter the race for Antoine. He can, however, run in circles around Buzz Bomber, creating a dust storm, still interference. Buzz Bomber got lost and confused in the tornado. Antoine manages to finish first. Robotnik, angered by his perfect plan being foiled, orders Bot on the spot to go and make some robots at this spot.
What a dumb line.
I read that perfectly. That's on you.
I know. I remember laughing when I wrote it.
Sonic spin dashes into Bot on the spot. The machine starts rumbling. Robotnik starts fleeing, thinking Bot on the spot would explode. Sonic and team stay back. Boomer unplugs the bot on the spot and all is well. No explosion.
Sonic tells Tails that he is mistaken, that Tails is actually
Actually a good athlete because he ran to the stadium with Sonic's shoes. The end. I don't think that's full circle. That's still like belittling.
Yeah, no.
He should have been the one to win an event.
I agree.
It does not come full circle.
So yeah, Tails should have saved the day here instead of Sonic.
He did save the day.
No,
but it was in a very
he did not.
No, because no one else would have found the shoes.
Yeah, well.
And that's what Sonic needed to win.
What if Tails just saved the day? You're just opting the very obvious. What if Tails just was the hero
was
for
very
once?
neoliberal of me.
Yeah.
No, they did. Am I getting this wrong though? Because the shoes literally just depower you, right?
I don't fucking know.
He could have just taken the shoes off, unless they like lock. Did they lock on? Did I skip that part?
No, they did not lock on. They were.
just
These were
take
not
them
the
off.
shoes from Back to
You
the
can
Future.
just take them off, right?
Yeah, you could just take them off.
He'll be at a lesser state because he doesn't have his good shoes, but he could have still ran.
I guess in theory he doesn't know why his energy level is drained.
But then he did because they found the right. Well, I guess by then the sham is up, right?
Yeah, I guess the problem here is we're asking too many questions.
Sonic's 10-second workout, a one-shot. Here we have Sonic teaching us a workout routine for people who don't like spending a lot of time exercising. First, you spin your feet really fast for a few seconds. Sonic feet are spinning incredibly fast and have smoke coming out of them, like a wheel doing a burnout. Then you run around the room, floor to ceiling. Then you take 3 or 4 seconds for a quick dash around the world. Then we cut to Boomer's 8-second workout, which is 8 seconds of Boomer trying to touch his toes.
The Sonic's face when he's like watching Boomer try, he's like, hey, little he's got his hand up to his mouth. What a little fucker.
It's a little body shaming.
Yeah, it's
He's a gym douche.
yeah, kind of. He's a jock.
Yeah. Oh, 1000%. He was always a jock.
I'm just saying. I'm not liking. First he's picking on Tails, and he's picking on my boy Boomer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like what's happening here.
Yeah.
He hasn't been this mean yet. The only person I support him making fun is Antoine, and he hasn't done that yet.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, that's always funny.
But this is particularly mean. You're right. He's been a consistent dick so far throughout this entire issue. All right, Chomp on this Chump. Also, I will note that this one also doesn't have the credits, but neither did part 2.
I think
if it's the same team, then they just never. They don't need to reintroduce the credits.
I think so.
So this is a full story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We open on Boomer walking into the main hall in Knothole Village, holding a magazine, excitedly wanting to tell his friends about what's in said magazine. Tails and Sonic are helping Sally with their cooking. A failed attempt at pancakes, Sally has somehow made the batter so thick
That the spoon she was using to mix the batter has become stuck.
Sonic and Tails are trying to unstick the batter, ignoring Boomer and his excitement. Finally, Sonic and Tails, pulling with all their might, gets the spoon unstuck and turns their attention to Boomer. Boomer shows Sonic, Tails, and Sally an ad for an ant farm. Sonic looks disappointed. Boomer, not letting anyone get him down, excitedly runs to the post office to mail in his order for the ant farm.
I want to point out being mean to my boy again.
100%. 100%. We'll touch on that. Yeah. Of course, who controls all the mail but Robotnik? Of course, who controls the magazines but Robotnik? What does Boomer think will happen? Robotnik receives an order for the ant farm. Here we discover that Robotnik has been putting fake ads for ant farms, hoping that one of the freedom fighters would mail in requesting the ant farm. Robotnik's absolutely insane Hail Mary worked.
Robotnik is mailing a special gift to the freedom fighters.
And my gut says it's not the requested ant farm. At this point, I would just like to take a second to point out that Robotnik is mailing a package to the freedom fighters' hideout. Yes, absolutely. Boomer receives his package and opens a container that kindly says the words, "Do not open." The container opens and comes out the sexiest termite known to man. The termite has the works. Chiseled jaw, great abs, pecs, yellow body.
I was trying to decide if I want to make like a, what is it, the liver thing?
Like jaundice?
Jaundice joke or not. I decided against it.
Why is yellow? Okay. He has muscles that would put Weaver, Sylvester Stallone's muscular avatar, in the hit 1998 classic movie Ants.
To shame.
Good reference. Dubbed Termite-nator, we learned that he can eat anything made of wood. Termite-nator starts chowing down, eating everything made of wood in sight. He starts with the chair. Antoine, angered, states he will not stand for this. He will not stand for this. That's German. Tails, with his first good joke in the series, states that he does. After finishing the chair, we discover that Termite-nator grows with each thing he eats. Suddenly, a wave of fear washes over Sonic, Sally, and Boomer. This Termite-nator will end up eating all the trees in the Great Forest unless they do something. Sonic, thinking quickly, asks Sally for the recipe for the pancake mix that was super thick. Sally gives Sonic the ingredients, and Sonic whips up a batch of the pancake mix
Really quickly. Sonic dashes outside.
grabs a log, comes back, and gives the log to the Termite-nator. Termite-nator has his jaws glued shut. Using this opportunity, Boomer closes in and sees that the Termite-nator is actually a robot. He crosses a few wires and then sends the machine back to Robotropolis. We then cut to Termite-nator munching down on some steel beams. He now eats machines, not wood. A reminder that no matter who you are, a few crossed wires in your brain will alter your personality forever. End of Chomp on this Chump. Excellent moral of the story there, Nick.
I mean, there was like no more. It wasn't. I had to work with nothing. I was trying to decide if I want to make like a through the wire reference when he glued the termites.
You should have made a The Wire reference.
I've never seen The Wire, so I can't.
Never seen The Wire?
It's time I have to watch.
I've only seen like a couple episodes.
Oh, well, then why are you telling me that? I should point out. I realized as you were saying it that Tails' joke didn't really come through. So Tails' joke, Antoine was, "Now it's eating the chairs. I won't stand for this." And Tails says, "You may have to stand for it, Antoine."
Yeah.
I should have made it more clear.
I interrupted your writing again.
It's fine.
First of all, great Ants reference. I love the movie Ants.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, do I like it better than Bug's Life? I think so.
Really comes down to your opinion of just Seven Samurai.
Which one's Seven Samurai? Is it Ants?
No, it's a Bug's Life.
I guess you're right. Yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
It's literally just Seven Samurai.
Yeah. Well,
Both bugs. I always hate A Bug's Life because
you hate Seven Samurai.
Yeah, no, I just hate black and white movies. All of them. Not a single good one. The very first video game I ever beat by myself was the Game Boy Color classic A Bug's Life. And it was the worst video game I've ever played at that point. And it was the only video game I had, so I kept on playing it.
Yes.
And it was like self-inflicted torture, and it's all I think about when it comes to A Bug's Life. There was the thing I specifically remember, we can cut this, is that there was a part where you have to launch the little roly-poly guy. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember the context, but you gotta like either shoot him out of a cannon or something. But you kind of have to guess where you shoot him because it's off screen. And you have to like guess over and over again. And as an adult, I replayed it, and it's still bullshit. Even as an adult, that wasn't. We got more to read, huh?
No. For me, my equivalent of that would be Tom and Jerry and the Magic Ring on Game Boy Advanced.
Always Game Boy games.
Yes, 100%. Because that's like the most shovelware out of shovelware. Because even console games can be bad, but it can feel better, right? But with Tom and Jerry and the Magic Ring, I think it's better than Bug's Life, but it's still very, very jank and very whatever. I do remember though when I finally watched Tom and Jerry and the Magic Ring, which was a newer-ish, so like 2000s Tom and Jerry movie. I was like, this doesn't follow the plot of the game at all. The game is completely different.
Another thing that happened a lot with the movie tie-in video games we grew up with.
Sometimes it can be way better.
Yeah, for
Other
sure.
times, not so much. Do want to give a shout out though to the writer here.
The sexy Terminator?
No, that's the artist. That's the penciler's job. But no, the pancake mix thing, you kind of brought it full circle there. You brought it back again. So I appreciate that. Still a little random, but whatever.
Yeah.
As long as Sally... So now, have we established before that Sally likes cooking? There was a one-shot where she made the chili dog. It's a one-shot, but that shows her cooking.
I mean, we're about to do another one-shot with her cooking.
Oh, okay.
So
That's right. Yeah. Termite Neater, also, terrible name. Terrible pun.
yeah, I would have done it. I would have written the same joke. Especially when you know it's a robot. Yeah.
It doesn't roll off the tongue, though.
No, it does. It's horrible.
Termite Neater. There's a stop.
What would you do? What, Mr. Writer over here? What would you name the Terminator? Terminator.
Literally that. Terminator.
Shut up. I did your job. You were supposed to come up with something better, not me.
I brought it out of you. I give you the means to do it yourself. Fast food, one shot. We open on Sonic standing out in a field stating that being the world's fastest hedgehog has advantages. Just then, Sally screams from the forest that dinner is ready. Sonic, wanting to show off, dashes incredibly quickly, eating the bowl that was left on the table. Sonic starts feeling sick, and Sally asks why did he eat the bowl of wax fruit while bringing out the actual dinner. Not a bad joke. Not a bad joke, but that does raise the question, I know one shot, but still, raises the question, what is Sonic's metabolism like?
I always assumed, because he kind of always just eats whatever he wants, that it's just great. It's like perfect, right?
It's perfect? What does that mean perfect? Like relative to what?
Like he can eat anything he wants and he's not going to get fat. That's like the definition of perfect, right?
Yeah. You're right. That is perfect. I know in some Flash comics, I haven't read too many of them. Some Flash stories, I should say.
So wait, when you say Flash stories, there's just random things that random guys and girls have written?
No, I'm sorry, like official stories, like from DC.
Flash?
The Flash.
Oh! DC's mega hit comics hero, The Flash.
Yeah, which is what most people go to when you say Flash.
I was thinking Flash animation.
You know what? Fair, because we did talk about Newgrounds. It's okay. That's, you know what? I take it back. You're right. You're absolutely right. I should have said The Flash. That's on me. So, yes.
Yeah, you gotta say The Flash, otherwise I have no idea what the fuck
this isn't meet and fuck street racing, where you were Din Wiesel, and if you beat the girls in a race.
Man, you really know happen. A lot of these. How many were there?
A lot. There were a lot of them.
I'm gonna just quickly Google.
Vadim God made so many of them.
Is this guy like your hero or something?
No.
Venom God?
Vadim God? Vadim. We're going way more into this than we should have. But he, I'm going to assume he, but it could be they. I'm assuming also from Springfield, Illinois. Or maybe they just like The Simpsons. I don't know. But they... I believe it when people, when commenters accuse them of stealing art assets, although I could never find the original, because they made so many, and really what they were doing was just animating them through, I'm assuming through Flash. I don't know how they did it. I do know that they started to make their own games and like with their own art style, and then that's when I lost interest because they were way like the proportions were way off, and I'm like, this isn't.
I need my anti-realistic, or what's the point?
I mean, funny enough, the anime girls were more realistic than whatever the heck they were drawing. So,
I honestly, what I'm learning here is that Newgrounds still has a very vibrant community.
yes, no. Actual thing that you should take away from this is that Newgrounds is still around, still making awesome games, still making awesome animations, and you should patronize them more. Give some money if you can. Because it's still Tom Fulp just running it, unless I missed something. I'm not as into it, of course, as I used to be as a kid, but they're still around. I check every couple months. And I
see if Venom God
still
uploaded new games.
They are.
I have to make an account of you.
You can still see the years of how many they made.
Latest games, more. 2023? Yep. Oh, yeah, he's got 2 this year. Holy, okay, you know what?
They go back to 2008. They're not all meat and fuck.
You just had that off the top of your dome, huh? 1, 2,
Dude, that's
3,
the year I went into high school,
5,
brother.
Several minutes later.
33, 34. Oh my god, what's 34 times 3?
Several more minutes later.
This dude has made 125 hentai games. 100, and of course this dude's stealing hentai art.
100%.
You don't have that kind of output without stealing. That is wow.
Just put him to use.
Does Newgrounds pay? Is he just in the love of the game?
I think he's in it I think they're in it for the love of the game.
Man, that's. Oh, you know what? It does say games 125 at the top. That's a very me move.
Let me say this.
Defend yourself.
Whatever. The thing that I appreciate most about those games is that to my my recollection could be spotty, but for the most part, is that they were kind of wholesome games. There was no forced anything. There was no taking advantage of. I'm pretty sure. The ones that I like the most, this one, I tell the truth on this. The ones that I like the most were the ones where they were wholesome. I like the wholesome stories.
This is my favorite thing I've learned about you.
Yeah, no. The one where there's the one Meat and Fuck Detective. You're trying to find.
I need to make an account. I need to look at these now. But we're at a point where I'm like, I need to be able to talk about this because this
Patreon content.
We can't even stream it. No, you cannot. We can blur it. We can figure out a way to do this.
Just do the sounds.
Well, we can do a thing where we pre-record it and blur out all the tits.
Obviously, it has been a lot of time since I've last looked at these. So maybe these aren't as wholesome as I thought. And again, I think I stopped around when the art style changed to like their own art style. But yeah, a lot of people know what I'm talking about.
You just assume you know our audience.
I'm not going to assume genders. I'm not going to assume pronouns.
I didn't.
But I will assume that.
Okay.
I will assume how horny the audience is, not their pronouns.
Now I'm picturing. You got to remember, we're boomers here. I don't even know if like the younger folks like know Newgrounds. You could be on like the forefront of a Newgrounds renaissance.
I hope so. No,
If anyone's gonna do it, it's probably Captain Christian, that YouTuber.
okay, don't worry.
I don't know
it's
YouTubers.
a YouTuber who makes really good like tributes, and I'll show you some of their stuff.
I am literally like a boomer in the sense I don't know YouTubers. I've heard of Mr. Beast.
I don't care about Mr. Beast.
I know of Markiplier.
Sure, I don't really watch him. I appreciate him, but I don't really watch him.
And I know of Ninja. And that is my...
Ninja, you can forget Ninja. Ninja's whatever.
That is the extent of YouTubers I know. So teach me.
I know the new one now, newish.
The
relatively.
new YouTuber
The new Newgrounds is Derpixion.
Oh,
You know who that is.
Of course. Come on, man. I hear the new hot YouTubers, and I hear it's just a couple hot guys. Is the Gotta Talk Fast podcasters? I hear they're just hot dudes. And they're just blowing up the airwaves. Well, that was episode 5 of Gotta Talk Fast. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out, listening to our little fun little podcast. If you like me, if you like what I'm doing here, if you like my humor, if you like who I am as a person, you can come watch me on every Tuesday and Thursday. I stream at Twitch at Mojosaurus on I already said Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central Time. It's a lot of me playing video games with my brother and making him very angry. Is it on purpose? I don't know. You'll have to be your own person and figure that out. What about you, Dominic?
I'm Dominic, and I do look at normal porn, and my handle is at Blue Collar Jazz, just like how it's spelled, and you can see my Chicago jazz exploration there on that Instagram page. And yeah.
Please follow us. Any of our socials. I Gotta Talk Fast. Just type it in. You'll see us. We have... I should probably post on Blue Sky, but we have everything, I think. And yeah, that's it.
You can write into the show at sonicgrams at gottatalkfast.com. Questions, comments, concerns, critiques, please let us know and we will read them.
Please no spoilers. For
real, no spoilers, because we want to get on these fresh. So.
Yeah, we legitimately do not know where this goes. So I just know it's supposed to get crazy.
I know echidnas get way big at some point. That becomes a whole thing, but that's
and then completely left out of the universe for some reason.
For some magical reason.
All right. I don't know what that was. It made me feel weird, man.
How did we talk about the hentai games and you get to be the weird one at the very end of it?
Thanks.
Gotta talk, gotta talk.
Gotta Talk Fast was written by Nick Folkerts and edited by Dominic Guanzon. Intro and outro themes recorded by Dominic Guanzon. Gotta Go Fast originally composed by Norman J. Grossfeld, Joseph Garrity, and Russell Velasquez.
Gotta talk, gotta talk. Fast. Gotta talk, gotta talk. Fast. Gotta talk, gotta talk. Fast. Gotta talk. Gotta talk. Fast. Gotta talk. Fast. Gotta talk. Fast. Gotta talk. Fast.